Beyond the Game. All right, inspiring football stories. All right, last week I brought you, the mama out there doing practice drills with her son and her work clothes, and she did a good job because she was really out there. Like this time, and I think some of you have heard of this, is when the moms show up to the different high schools and they tackle their sons, and I think it's fantastic.
I love it. I love it. Beyond the Game with Delilah. But really quick, I want to make sure you guys realize this. Normally during Nicole's section, we do shout out a great woman. And Nicole, you are a great woman for the day at that game. So I want to make sure that you guys know, like, we shout out everybody, but Nicole, you are a great woman. You inspired us on that day. So we got to move on to this Beyond the Game, Delilah. Let's do it.
That was great. I agree. Shout out, Nicole. That was fantastic reporting. All right. So, since next week in the U.S., it's Thanksgiving. And so I wanted to find something out there, obviously, about giving back. And so I found these two high school kids that go to Whitmore High School in Toledo, Ohio area. These two players play football, high school football, for the Whitmer Panthers. Carter Lowe, who's one of the young men leading this initiative of giving back and making sure people have food on Thanksgiving, is an offensive tackle who actually already will, what's it called when they declare, right? That's what it is. He declared for The Ohio State University, and so he'll be a Buckeye next season. So I know. I know. He's doing beautiful stuff. He's giving back to the community. So him and his teammate, Michael Johnson, are scoring big off the field this season. The duo teamed up with a local pizza restaurant called Hindsight Pizza Kitchen for a fundraiser to provide hams and turkeys for families in need this Thanksgiving. Their inspiring efforts highlight how teamwork and leadership extend far beyond the game, proving that true champions make a difference in their communities, right? We know that it's not just about the game. I know that a lot of stuff happens, negative things, but in the end of the day, sports really does teach you teamwork. It really does teach you leadership skills. It does ground you. And so this is one example of that. These two young men saying, you know what, I want to give back. And I love this hams and turkeys, because sometimes it's like, nothing against canned food, but I like that they're actually thinking of the main course of the meal.
Absolutely.
And so, I have a short little interview that they had in their local news, so you can see who these two young men are and hear a little bit, from them as to why they did this. And so, if I could put that up, because again, producing for myself is a little different.
Fundraiser to help buy Thanksgiving dinners for those in need. They're cranking out pizzas for a cause.
Just having a love and heart. Growing up in the church, I always wanted to give back to the community. Was my biggest thing growing up, and now the platform that I have now, I can do that. It's just a really honor.
Hindsight Pizza Kitchen at Lasky and Douglas is helping feed the community for Thanksgiving by selling pizzas in advance.
All of the purchases, where 20% is getting donated to us, so that we can help to buy turkeys and hams and, other necessities for families.
Isaiah Holmes, who's the tight end for the Whitmer Panthers high school football team, works at Hindsight Pizza. His teammate, Carter Lowe, is an offensive tackle who's heading to The Ohio State University to play for the Buckeyes. Last year, Carter organized a food box giveaway for Thanksgiving.
So last year we gave away, I think, about 150 turkeys and hams together. That was pretty good. A lot of people came out, but we'll have to do it on a lot bigger scale this year.
This year, Carter and Isaiah want to help even more families. So they went to the owner of Hindsight Pizza, Chris Hines.
They came to me and, I first started off with hey, can you donate any food? And then I was like, well, I can do better. Let's have a fundraiser to raise even more money to buy more groceries.
All day Wednesday, 20% of the proceeds at Hindsight went to the Thanksgiving fundraiser.
It's an awesome deed. I'm a Whitmer Panther myself. I graduated in 2009, so thought it was fitting to help them give back to the community.
Carter and Isaiah will also be collecting food donations this Sunday afternoon from 2 until 4:30 at the Frederick Douglass Community Center on Indiana Avenue.
Let's go. How beautiful is that?
That was beautiful.
I thought that, you know what, the generation, man, just the fact that we have kids in high school that want to give back and that realize there is a need. Not everybody gets a Thanksgiving meal. Not everybody has enough money to get turkeys and all the other sides. It is very hard out here for a lot of people. I mean, consider yourself blessed that you can get a, $40, $50 turkey and consider yourself blessed when you have food on the table. There are a lot of people out there that don't have stoves, electricity, things that you take for granted they don't have. And it makes my heart warm that you see children, high schoolers that notice there's a need. They fed 150 people last time, but now this time they're trying to go bigger and better. And the owner of the company, he could have said no. He could have said, no, I don't want to be involved. But for you to donate your proceeds, take portions of what money you would be getting for your pizzas and donating that, man, it just melts your heart. I know you can't watch that without thinking, wow, there are good people out here. And I know we all individually do things for people, but it really warms your heart that the fact that they're out there, young kids, thinking about the needy, thinking about homeless, thinking about people who are out there who don't have anything. It warms my heart, Delilah. What a great video.
I thought that was beautiful. There's something about what is it about big guys, right? Giving back. I like anything that beats back a stereotype. I love seeing young men, especially young Black men. I'm gonna say it. I love seeing media showing young Black men doing what we know they can do, which they are kind, they are sweet. Even if they're athletic, they're not like how they're often portrayed. These two young men took it upon themselves to do it. And he even says, like, I was raised to do this, right? And so I want to give back. It's in my heart, right? It's in my nature. And so even though he's going to be, knocking people over at Ohio State, but that's just one side, right? They're multifaceted, these players. And so I really love that they're doing that. And the donations, the food will be given on Sunday, this weekend, actually. So all the food that they're going to purchase, they're going to start handing it out in that same location. So I guess like the parking lot, the business and stuff. And so they're going to make sure they distribute. So that is going towards purchasing hams, turkey, and, the sides, all that wonderful stuff. And they will be handing it out to the community on Sunday. So well done, young man. Well done.
Shout out to him. Shout out to him. And I hope it makes you want to do something like that. It makes you want to give or do something that you can help somebody in the time of need. This is the time. This is the season. And Delilah, what a beautiful video. So thank you for sharing that. And I hope it melted your heart like it melted mine.